had heard everything the industry had to offer. He could tell you the exact decibel of a perfect pitch, but he felt nothing in the process. His entire existence was a polished, pre-packaged version of success. He was wealthy beyond measure, respected in every professional circle, and yet he was utterly, completely numb, a hollow man in a gilded cage. Then he saw her. He had been walking aimlessly. The noise of a city he didn't feel a part of filling his ears. On a grimy street corner, under a flickering street lamp that cast a ghostly, unreliable light, stood this girl. A girl with fire in her eyes and a song that defied the city's noise, cutting straight through it all and into his very chest. Her voice cracked on high notes, a small human flaw that made the sound even more beautiful, even more real. It was a raw, beautiful chaos that shattered his polished, ordered world into a million tiny pieces. In that single moment, he didn't see poverty. He saw a hurricane of talent, a force of nature waiting to be unleashed. He walked away from his meaningless life that night and into hers, a silent, unshakable compulsion guiding him. Their love story wasn't a fairy tale. It was a brutal, beautiful collision. He offered her a new life, a world of gleaming microphones, soundproof rooms, and endless possibilities. But with every new comfort came a new, insidious kind of pain. The moment she stepped into the echoing marble foyer of his mansion, she felt the invisible, stark lines drawn between their two worlds. His mother's cold, appraising stare followed her everywhere, a silent, constant judgment. His father's condescending remarks about her rough upbringing were a poison, a constant reminder that she didn't belong. They saw her past, her poverty, as a stain, a kind of disease that might infect their pristine family. Ilara began to feel less like a person and more like a project, an experiment in a gilded cage. They wanted to smooth out her rough edges, to sand away the grit and the pain that made her who she was, to turn her into another perfect, polished, soulless artist for the masses. The pressure began to tear them apart, the chasm between their worlds growing wider with every passing day. He couldn't begin to understand the deep humiliation she felt, the constant, low-level shame of not belonging, of being judged and found wanting. He couldn't fathom why she would want to hold onto the very things he saw as the source of her suffering, and she couldn't understand why he was so willing to let his family's open disdain and cruelty poison